Welcome back, everyone. So this is the second episode or just video of teaching C for class 10. So let's go back to our program is online compiler, which we are using. So firstly, as I have taught you, hashtag include stdio.h. Always do this, and int main this. So today what we are going to learn about is variables. So we have four types. They are integer, float, boolean, and string. So what is an integer? Integer is any number, literally any number. 1, 2, just any number is an integer. A float is a decimal number, such as 1.2, 6.5, etc. And boolean is either true or false. In C, any non-zero value is true, but any zero value is false. So what that means is read this. I'm sorry. So 0 equals to false. And any other number. I'll show you what this means later when we're doing if else. But for now, all you have to know is in C, any non-zero value is true, but 0 is false. Now, let's see what that means. So, to make a variable, you can't just do a equals to 2. This would be wrong. In C, you have to first give the type, such as int. It's int float. And for string, it's char, character. I'll explain how string works later, but for now, int a and semicolon. So what this does is, this makes a integer variable, where you can do, you can't do that, but still, here you can do it here. Int a equals to 2. If you do that, now let's do, I'll teach you how to print this as well. I don't forget the return 0. Run this. Oh, sorry. Again, semicolon. Always remember the semicolon. Everywhere, semicolon. See, 2. We printed 2. Now, but you have to understand something here. In integer, if you do something such as 2.5, this is a float number, so it won't print as an integer. If you run this, it will still do 2. So putting a float value on an integer, after this point, it just ignores it completely. If you even put 9999 here, it doesn't round up the value, it just uses the first value here. So if we run this, it will still come as 2. So you see, now float is just any 6.5. If you do this and copy, paste this, 6 to 26.5. Oh, sorry. Here you have to do /n. Now, It was showing 26 because this line, like in C, if you write a line above and a line below, like let me show you for example, printf hi, and if you don't put a backward slash n, it will run like this. Sorry, again semicolon. We always forget the semicolons, so always an error. See, hi, hello. We also don't have backward slash n here. What a backward slash n does is it takes whatever is here, and then after you print this, it skips a line and then starts doing this. A backward slash n is just like a br tag in HTML, or just skipping a line and going to the next line. So that's this. And then for character you have to do C and then give the name, give the amount of value you want. So let me explain you how a string really works. If we open a new one here, what one? So this is a string, right? This is how a string is kept in the RAM. So what will happen is, it will be parts like this. Be A, B, C, D, E, F. Let's say A, B, C, D, E, F is a string, right? So what that will look like is, let's say this is a string. At the end will be a backslash n 0. This is a character tag, right? If we name this character tag 8, means it has 8 compartments. Like this, 8 compartments. 1, 2, 3. The drawing is a little off, but you just have to understand it. Doing this means that the character has 8 compartments and you can only keep 7 alphabet strings here, meaning like something of 7, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. After that there is a space for this, and how this is kept is, this is has index value 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't really need to learn about strings in this course, because in class 10 no questions related to string will come, but still I'll teach you how to extract little bit of the strings. And now you might be wondering, printing, how do we print this? What is this thing? So let me make a comment. Like I said, a comment is something the code completely ignores. These are called printing specifiers. So what these do is, like previously in QBasic it was just print A, right? Just print A and it would print, but here that does not work. As you can see, segmentation fault. What you have to do here is, within double quotations %d, printing specifiers are different. Like for integer it's %d, for float it's %f. For string it's very complicated, so let's not learn about string. Like here I use f for float. If I use d here, it would be wrong. As look, this is an integer thing, this is a double, it's showing here. So you have to use the correct printing specifiers to print it correctly. Now you can print multiple times, but look here. Like if you put 3Ds here, you have to put A, like comma A, comma A, comma A. So what this will do is the first A that we put will go to the first this thing, the second A, second thing, third A, third thing. Like this, no matter how many you put, let's put another percent F also, and here B. Run this. First 2, second 2, third 2, and because we put B, and because we put decimal here and here float, this just shows random things. An error code thing. If we run this, see, it runs nicely. Let's remove the strings. So now you know how to print anything. So now let's learn about how we can input things. So there's no input tag in C, like you can't input things like this. What you have to do is you have to print first of all. Let's close this comment. Print f, like input a number, n slash n. Now the syntax is scanf, and then the printing specifiers such as decimal. Now you can't input a value that is already given, so int a means a is a variable without a value. So now and a. Now what this will do is, as you can see, again semicolon, input a number. We input 6. Now the value of a is 6. To check that print f b a. If we run this, semicolons, the number 6, it prints 6. The number is 26. The number is 26. Don't forget to put and here and the correct printing specifier. Like if you want to input a float, you can input a float. But remember, you cannot write anything in this scanf itself. This is just purely to get the value. So you have to input a number in a print statement before you can scanf this. You can just put a scanf as an input statement, but the user probably won't know what to input, so it is easier to do that. So now you know how to input the 4 types of strings, the 4 types of variables, boolean I'll explain while we're doing if else, and string. The string, it works like this. Within a character, it has 1 character each, that's the index number. So that's all for today. If you have any questions, please do ask in the comment section. Thank you.